Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. In today's episode, commiserations. We have unfortunately lost the title officially, as you can see on screen, to Real Madrid this season. So we are going to give you is the second to last game of the season. Have a little bit of a chat about the squad. With the games that we got home, we should probably win both, but we should have won against Alves and we didn't. But yeah, Leganés and Valladolid is two games we should win away from home, which means that we should finish on 94 points. And as I said, I think we need 95 plus to win the league. So it's a pretty good time to reflect, have a look at the squad, talk about some of the players, etc. And then kind of think about how next year's going to shape up. Without further ado, give the episode a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. As you can see, transfer budget down to 9. We have not got much money left in the football club because I've spent a large chunk of it. And that is because I've gone ballistic, and we will go through some of those signings there in a second as well. We've got Leganés here in 18th. We should be beating them, but it should be fairly straightforward. So what we're going to do is just get into this and do what we need to do. The board are very happy with challenging for the first division title. I thought we did very well there as well. Now, in terms of the squad, we're in a not bad spot. I've been actually playing around with Okafor, who I've now officially have signed as well. Marking's up to 15, positioning's up to 15, decision making up to 17. Main reason that we've done this is just to get him get them up and then see what else goes on. Now it's about what else we can really work on to get him into there as well. You know, we can get his strength up, I think, as well. We could probably see that he wants to do ability in the air, which is jumping reach, which is an aerial and I can't remember what aerial works. It's on top of that, aerial and bravery, which he's pretty brave and he's not going to ever get better in the headering department. I'm trying to get things to as many 15s as possible, so it's kind of my way of how I go about development. So I'm going to move him on to strength, which he should get his strength to 15 pretty comfortably. But I'm kind of planning an assault next year at centre back. And I'm going to turn into a very broody side that should score a lot from some set pieces because I'm going down an old school route that I used to do at Sunderland back in the day, which is get centre backs that are 6'5" plus and put them back there and go, mate. Anytime there's a set piece, go forward, and that is going to be the game plan, lads. Okafor is coming in next year to play centre back. I've made my decision. Pacey, quick centre backs are massive, and to be fair to Okafor, is the first one I'm going to speak about. Is he's sticking around because his form since I've been giving him more games has been mostly over 7. And in the games we concede, he generally scores, and he pops up with goals, and he's very good at sweeping up because of his pace. And for me, as a covering centre-back, he's got marking ability, he's got great physicality, he's very good in everything that he does, and I really think we're also going to get him in his traits here to defend, with marking a little bit more as well, because he can mark now at 15 plus. So I think he's going to be fantastic. Leads me into a perfect segue to talk about my other signing here is Lucas Bordalo. 6'6", by the time I'm finished with him, he's going to be fantastic and quick and physical. You know, there's a world where all his physicals are 15 plus at 6'6". He's a little bit better of a defender when you compare him to Okafor as well, I feel at least. But yeah, if you have a look at him and Okafor together, where Okafor's that little bit better mentally, a little bit better quicker. Lucas is even a little bit better in the air, even though they're very similar and got similar defending, and he's only going to develop that little bit more. So I think to get this guy in here, 10 mil up front, not much money, 14 mil over 3 years, it's a pretty good signing. And the first thing we do when he comes in here is that defensive positioning, marking, positioning, decisions. Because he's playing in a higher league and he will be starting for me next year at right centre back, and Okafor at left centre back, we're going to have his guy developing quite at a nice rate, and more than likely too, lads, 6'5" and a 6'6" centre back equals a lot more goals from set pieces, which is something that I've seen the bigger side seem to be doing a lot more of as well. We also signed Tyrone and Jude Bellingham, they need an introduction, so it puts us in a really good position for next year. We've got an 88 mil world-class centre midfielder joining us, and we've got Jude Bellingham on a free. Need I say more? The squad's going to be really good. So when you look at the team, we've got a world-class right-back, a very, very, very close to being a world-class keeper, who's only developing even more. You've got a world-class midfielder and a world-class midfielder joining, and a world-class midfielder that's only going to develop. You've got a wonder kid centre attacking mid who is going to be very good as well. And you've got a wonder kid, Argentinian striker at 21 that's only going to develop that little bit more as well. I will say that I did expect Vera to probably develop that touch more, and he really hasn't, which is a shame. But I really, really, really wish that we could get him on, getting that little bit better as well. But, he scores goals and is exactly what we're after. I think we need to put him on. Getting on to his... It's a good question. I don't know what we would work on him with here. He's like so well rounded, but he's like got so many 14s that you want to get into. Ball control works 1, shooting works 2. Yeah, I'm going to get him on shooting because we can get the finishing to 15, the long shots to 15 pretty quickly. So we're going to work that as well. But you see what I mean? Like the squads are not a bad area. So if you're looking at Vera, Dogana, fantastic. Song's not bad for this level. We've always said this. And DOPDA is not going to start because I'm giving Campo minutes just to develop him towards the end of the season. But DOPDA on the other side. Campo's your guy off the bench who's been fantastic and only going to get better. It's a very good side. Tyrone and Jude Bellingham, when you're having the likes of Joey Victor coming off the bench at the moment, you know, that's the way it's going to be. You got Okafor, who's 6'5", 6'6" with a 6'5" other centre back in Bernardo. We've got obviously on the lone centre as well. You've got the good old fella that is Nydberg, who's been developing, and you know if this guy is good enough to play for Villarreal and play 24 games with 4 off the bench for Villarreal. He's good enough to be playing for you. The second thing I will say is he's a little bit more aggressive going forward, and he's very, 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 very good doing that. And to be quite fair, he's borderline nearly as good as Alberto. I think that this guy at 17 is going to play a lot of minutes and overtake Alberto, and then Alberto's going to be on the bench. It's a good position to be in with this squad, and he's a potential world beater. And like I said, we've got 4 years after this season finishes to win the league. You know, these guys are going to be 21, 22 and have a lot of development under them. A couple are going to be 23, 25, with plenty of development under them. We're going to be in a very good spot by the time, you know, push comes to shove, we got 1 year to win the league. On top of that too, Danny Smith's got, a goal every 60-something minutes now in the league. 15 and 24, 18 off the bench. It's a very, very good thing for us. Robusti's pretty good. Petrovic is very well-rounded as well. Deed is one by Man City, so whatever. And then we've got people that have actually got interest. So, like, Thierry's wanted by Chelsea. At 28 years of age, I don't plan on using him. Go. Give me my money. You know, that's fine. Nkili's wanted here by Watford. Probably will sell. We need a backup keeper next year. We probably arguably need a better right back, but to be quite fair, we got this Monteri bloke who's developing this well, who's a regen of ours. We're in a pretty good spot with the squad. At the moment, I've kind of signed everybody I needed to sign. I needed a big, tall centre-back. I've signed 2 because I haven't been able to find like a Linden or someone along those lines that's 6'2", 6'3", but very well rounded and going to be a world beater very quickly that wants to join me. So I've actually now prioritised physical pace with physicality, strong and big, which in the match engine just seems to dominate. Okafor seems to dominate, and you know there we are. And you know the midfield's going to be good. Bellingham's going to probably have 2 very good years of world classness under his belt. That's fine. And then it just leaves us with 9 mil probably to spend, maybe if you know we make a couple sales, a couple of other little kids. You know, if we can find a really good defensive midfielder that's 18, 19, 20, 21 with potential, would be great. You know, there's a couple of strikers I've pinpointed that maybe could be better than Danny Smitten. But the thing I like about Danny Smitten is I know what I'm going to get from him. If he's going to play off the bench with his pace and finishing and dribbling and technique, he's going to score goals. So why wouldn't you get this guy, you know, and keep him here and playing? So we're also going to be smart with our money. We've got 73 mil in the overall balance. We've got 9 mil sitting there in the club. We've got not much wage left to play with as well. I'd probably just got to tick it down there, just give us a little bit more. So yeah, I'm very, very, very happy with the squad sits. There's not much we really need to do with it. And I'm very, very happy. And look, this year, we're more than likely to finish on 94 points. At very worst, we're going to finish on 91. There's no way we lose both these games, I don't think. But yeah, it is what it is. And let's go in and get into it. And we've got some sellable assets. Like, I don't think we really need to keep John Philippe around. That's 3 mil that we could recoup. We probably will keep him around just for 1 more year, just in case. But we've got guys that we can sell, guys that we can loan. You know, and if we've got people that I've been speaking to the stream about, if you look on loans here, you know, you've got guys like, you know, where's Verge? Verge we signed from, you know, Barca for 1.8 mil compensation, see if he develops. The guy's gone out to Malaga and has got his physicality well up. He's mentally very, very, very well-rounded at 19. And technically is okay. He's probably something that if we can loan to a Villarreal, for instance, like we did with Nordgaard, and he goes and plays in Spanish First Division next year on loan and plays well, this is a kid that in 2 years' time is going to be loaned out. Yeah, he developed into his potential. Come on in, you're going to be our backup winger. That's the whole point. And then we sell Robusti on for 30 mil. So the whole reason of the cycle. And that's the kind of way that we've had to tackle to get past Real Madrid and Barcelona. Real Madrid are going to end up on 97 points. 97 points. And we're going to end up probably on 94 and lose the title. And that's generally how it goes most years in Spain. So, with that being said, we're on the right track. These kids are only going to get better. They're only going to develop that little bit more. And we've actually got a really, really, really good squad as of next year that I think that by the squad that starts the season, the squad that ends the season, is going to be that much more developed with another year under its belt. We could really be in the fight again next year. But I really think if it's not next year, the year after, we're going to be in a position where this team's well oiled. We've kind of got everything we need. And yeah, we're going to be in a very good spot. Last thing I want to bring up is a season preview here. We were predicted to finish third. We have an average age of 24. It's going to be probably 23 by the time next season rolls around. So that's pretty good. And the data hub, as always, shows that they reckon that it's now second because Madrid have got their expected points. We do have a game in hand, so we go and batter this team and now back above Madrid in first. But yeah, Real Madrid at 12 points above their expected points. We've just dropped off after that draw to Alaves. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this one here. Let's go and get this game out of the way as well. I'm not on stream for this one. We just ended the stream before after drawing to Alaves because it kind of just showed that was title over. So I've started like winding down, getting things ready for bed and watching some YouTube and stuff, getting some editing out the way. So I thought we'll get this one out the way before I go to bed as well. We are in the black, they're in the white. This is the last game of season 15 here as well. And that was a little bit of squad review. Next episode is going to be the start of the new season. And we've already had all the new signings come in. So, there's not really going to be a scouting video or anything like that. But yeah, Okafor, Alberto. It's nice that I finally signed Okafor. I think he's been fantastic. And with the pace and physical, I think he's going to be a very good centre-back. Tyrone now in the deep line playmaker role, which is his preferred role. Saints, Campo, Vera. Bad miss, to be fair. Should have scored. Should have been 1-0. Yeah, hopefully Vera goes that next level with development, or else he's kind of petered a little bit, which is not good. But it is what it is. Anyway, he goes for goal, and that's hit the post. That moved late. Keeper left it. But yeah, 0-0. We're in a good spot, though, and hopefully things continue to go well and we get a goal quick enough in this game. Because I want to get to 94 points and I can call myself unlucky. I predicted we needed 95 to win the league and we got to 94, we didn't win the league. So, yeah. Anyway, Sergio, Ranieri, Crespo, ball out the other side, picked off by Alberto, who will not be starting next year. I'm going to be giving it to this young Nyberg to go out there, develop and become the left back. Okafor finds Alberto. Song, who might move to West Ham for big money. That's what the press is saying. Vera's in. Good block by their player there. It's going to be a corner. This is the thing. I'm going to have Okafor and another 6'6" centre-back. It's going to be bedlam here. As Tyrone whips in. Okafor hits the bar and it comes out. It would have been just poetry as we were speaking about it that he scores. But yeah, look, that's the whole idea. Is another arrow or another bow to the string and, more corner goals and Okafor's popped up in many a moment. Somehow this game is still 0-0 after we've absolutely demolished Leganés. But yeah, it's 0-0 and they're somehow hanging on. Hopefully we'll find a goal, huh? 11 shots, only 1 on target. It's one of those games that once we get 1, it will be 3 or 4, you feel. Van Vossen, Okafor, and Alberto. Back to Okafor. Saints. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what we do with Saints next year. He was wanted by Chelsea. Would sell. But also being Spanish, probably a very good player to keep to be a backup midfielder or a backup centre-back. Dem's definitely staying as a backup centre-back. He's been good. And I think Tim should stay to be a backup centre-back too. Alberto. Ball to Song. He might have been half offside. Referee said keeps the flag down. Alberto shoots and misses. 40 minutes played, there's not going to be a goal here. This is actually going to work out to be not great for us. Tell you what, boys, we're not going to win here on the second and final day in a game that's going to be straightforward. Vera's forgot his shooting boots. As much as we're dominating, it's 0-0. We're on the beach, as they would say. On the beach. Yeah, definitely on the beach. All right, we're going to make a couple of changes here. Vera's had a stinker. Danny Schmitten's going to come in. Robusti's going to come in as well. DOPDA for Campo, even though Campo's played pretty okay, is another one as well. We're going to keep Tim as happy as possible, so Udem's going to come in. And we're going to do that. Corner. We don't get to see it because we're making changes, of course. Yeah, this has got a nil written all over it. Sorry, boys. I expected there to be some goals to write home about. Danny Smith looking for Okafor. Big boy heads into the bar. Okafor hits the bar a second time. If there's ever been a game that you can just tell FM's just like, yeah, this is nil. This is not what you want to see. Then yeah, Okafor for a third time. It's actually in the end DOPDA who heads wide. 76 minutes, XG of over 2. We've only put 2 shots on target. Another corner, Tyrone. Tim heads. He's 6'2". Tim steps up, finally scores. That's going to be the Brazilian 6'5" guy next year. But 78 minutes, 1-0. It's taken a set piece in the 78th minute. It doesn't bode well, but for a team on the beach and not much to play for, we finally get our goal, which is, I guess, important. And yeah, time will tick away here. Ball towards Okafor, he'll flick on, heads it straight to the keeper. See what I mean? Okafor's just such a nuisance. He actually defends really well too. He's already back there winning headers too, which is great. And Tim heads. Philippe finds DOPDA. Had to win that, to be fair. Imagine if that fell to them and they went on the break there, or won on the second ball. Dogana. Danny Smitten's offside by a mile. Wouldn't even worry, boys. He's off by this much. Not even close. Good run, good movement. Just too slow. Just too slow. And plus, it's too late in the night for me to get angry. I can't be stuffed. But yeah, good movement, but had to come early. Offside by a mile, as said. Another highlight. It's been a game littered with highlights, but no ability to score. Yeah. Saints. DOPDA. Goes on a run. Dogana. Robusti. Danny Smitten's quick enough to beat people here. He went for goal. Good save to be there to Van Vossen. Danny Smith did everything right. Just didn't go in the back of the net. Dogana's probably going to go for goal here from distance. Win 1-0, but win 1-0, but that should have been about 5. Is what it is. Well done, boys. We won. That's all that matters. That's going to recut the end of the season. Maybe you can read into that a little bit. We've been really good, but just a little bit at times lackluster. And that's probably what's cost us the ability to have won the league this year. In the end, we're going to lose the league by probably 3 points. We can sum that up by the game we did not win against Real Madrid. We can also sum that up in a couple of other spots by the 4 draws we had. Alvarez, we never should have lost. Barcelona at home, we dominated and had to score 93rd minute to get an equaliser after having 20-something shots. And the Valencia game were pretty good in as well. The only real game that we really drew that we probably deserved to lose was the Barcelona away. The 4 losses we've had, Real Madrid twice, happens. And the Real Madrid at home, we obviously saw with the red card. Vallecano, we absolutely dominated, and we lost 94th minute to Real San Sebastian after dominating them. You know, there's 3 or 4 games there that should have been wins or draws. That's an extra, 5 to 7 points. And that's the difference between winning the league and being absolutely class and the elite of the elite in Spain and not winning the league. So there we go. With that being said, that's going to be the end of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. The end of the season as well. Because we've already done all our transfer signings very early, there's a whole reason we've had loans for 2 years to buy these guys in. And we've gone out and done it. I'm going to see you guys for the start of next season, at the beginning of next season. We're not going to really do too much unless we go and sign a couple of well beaters out of nowhere or whatever. But yeah, with that being said, thank you for checking out this season. Give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys for next season. Thank you very much. 4 more years to go to win 1 league title. Surely we do it, or are Real Madrid and Barcelona just going to be too strong? It's going to be a fun little challenge. Let's see if we get there.